There's the chicken. Look at this. And it's just tender. Oh my God, it's so good. Hello and welcome to this video where we're going to talk about a healthy ice cream made with coconut cream, and we're going to also make sure that it's keto so that you don't feel bad about eating it, and you need to satisfy yourselves. I love to be satisfied after meals. A lot of us do. We're going to make it strawberry ice cream today with coconut cream. We're going to talk about the different coconut creams here. We've got strawberries here that we've got chopped up actually already for you. We're going to sweeten it with a little bit of monk fruit sugar because this does not add calories to the dish. We're going to thicken it a little bit with this one is Vital Proteins Collagen Creamer. You can also use a protein powder. Okay. Let's get started. This is so simple. I don't want to over talk it, but the first thing is you want to make sure you use the right coconut cream. We've got 3 kinds here. These are actually all pretty good. I'm going to open them all up and put them, show them to you, see how they look differently. This one is my favorite. It's the Western Family Premium Organic Coconut Milk. This one is my second favorite, the Thai Kitchens. And then this one is usually a little more expensive. It's the Everland Organic Coconut Milk. Okay, these are actually all coconut cream in reality. So I'm just going to go ahead and open these and show them to you. I love these openers. Okay, so when you chill your coconut cream, you'll see that it'll solidify like that. If it does that, it's probably a really good coconut cream, but you also want it to be smooth. So I'm going to take a spoon and show you how smooth this is. You can see the nice smooth texture. Some of the coconut creams are grainy. That doesn't work as well in these types of recipes. The Thai Kitchen is close, but it's a little runnier. So it's going to take longer for it to turn into an ice cream. Okay, but it will also have some solidification, as you can see, but when I cut into it, it's a lot easier to cut into. They all have a little bit of water underneath, as you can see. I just spilled some. Okay, this one will be a little bit runnier. I'm going to put this one over here, take my hand off, and this one's easy. I can just open it this way, and this one I particularly chose because although it's still smooth, you can see a little bit of the grainy textures on it. Right, so this one will not turn out as well as the other 2. My favorite is this one, so we're going to go with this. So the ingredients we're going to use here today are very simple, as I mentioned: the coconut cream, the Lacanta sugar, the Vital Proteins, and a pinch of salt. Let's go ahead and add all of these things to our blender. I use a Blendtec, but you can use anything. I have even done this with Magic Bullet. So whatever you have, it will work. As I mentioned, there's water in there. And I like to just kind of turn in circular direction to get this out. That way you don't have to spend too much time cleaning it. Alright. Alright. This is 2 teaspoons of Lacanta sugar. This may not be sweet enough for some of you. Add more. That's quite alright. Because as you develop your taste for less sweet, pinch of salt. and things that that basically use less sugar. You're going to want less sugar in your food. So this is where I am at right now. If you want more, just add more. Putting about half a scoop of the Vital Proteins collagen powder. This will help bind it. This was so complicated, I'm tired, I need a break. Alright, let's get it onto a blender. And we just basically want to mix it a little bit. I'm going to put it on one. You can even just pulse it. And if it doesn't get mixed well, we'll do it again. Pulse it a little bit. What's happening here is there's a piece that was stuck. So I'm just going to pulse it a couple more times just to get that going. Don't get nervous if something like that happens. All you need is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This is a good sign when it's all splashed all over your top. And look at this, it's almost like ice cream already. And if you wanted to add bananas to that beforehand, you're going to have almost ice cream. You're going to be able to you're going to have to resist eating it all before you put it in the freezer and turn it into real ice cream. Okay, so at this point we're just going to dump all of this into a bowl. And if you're a chef, you're going to say, Samantha, why aren't you using a spatula or one of those little rubber silicone things? Well, I have those, but I'm trying to show you how you will do it when you don't have all the different kinds of kitchen equipment. You want to do this with the simplest amount of equipment that you have. Okay? Now, I'm just going to show you how that looks. It's creamy. Okay? So you can do it with a spoon. At this point, we're going to add our strawberries. Okay. Now, another important thing is, and that's in the recipe, is to make sure that you've got a chilled bowl. This one is not a chilled bowl, but you have a chilled bowl in the freezer. What that's going to do is allow that, you know how when you see on cooking shows, you've got this ice cream churner and all that stuff. All it is a really cold device with something that mixes the ice cream inside. That's all it is, and it keeps making it creamier and creamier. We're going to do that by hand, so we need that really cold bowl. Okay, so now we've just mixed this up. If you like to have the red color, just put it back in the blender, or when you're blending, add some strawberries in there. I like my strawberries chunky. Okay, so I'm going to grab my bowl. It's nice and cold. Okay, and we're going to put this right into here. Get every last little bit in there. All right, and we're just going to mix it a little bit because there's cold metal already in contact with this. Notice how it's sticking a little bit. That's beautiful. That's exactly what we want. We're going to put this in the freezer. We'll come back in about 10 minutes. We'll do it again, and we'll do it for about an hour every 10 minutes. And you'll see that it'll turn into nice creamy ice cream. Okay, so we're going to stir the ice cream now. We're going to take it out of the freezer and just stir it and see what it looks like. I'm getting excited. So notice what's happening here is we're getting some crust on the outside. This is exactly what we want. Okay, I'm just going to mix it. In the middle is still quite soft, no problem. That's what this whole churning process is all about. So we're just going to scrape all those off, mix it in, and if it feels like it's soft, don't actually worry about it. it's gonna get hard. Remember, in a freezer, everything eventually freezes. This will eventually freeze. But this is actually coming on quite nicely. Very, very, very nicely. It doesn't have the red color of a strawberry ice cream, so as I mentioned, if you like that, blend some strawberries in with it. I actually want the surprises of a little bit of, well, actually a lot more in this because I love strawberries. The strawberries biting that you're biting into when you're having this ice cream, but you know, this is the method. You can make your own ice cream the way that pleases you. So this is not quite ice cream yet, but it's getting there. All right, back into the freezer it goes. All right, we are ready to try this ice cream. I'm so excited. I think it's ready. We've stirred it I think maybe 4 times. I've lost count, but every 10 minutes we've gone into the freezer, we brought it back up and mixed it with a spoon. And I think it's ready. We're ready to actually serve it on this beautiful plate. We're gonna stir it one more time though. Okay, hang on, let's see. I think we're getting there. Look how nice and thick it is right now already. And it's okay if it's a little crunchy on the sides. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I'm getting hungry. You know what's the worst thing about making ice cream is that you make it before your other meals. Like if you got a dinner or something, you want to make the ice cream ahead of time and put it in the freezer. That's the worst part. You gotta wait before you eat it. You gotta wait and savor it after dinner. Well, okay, you don't have to. Some people eat dessert before that. All right. See how it's a little bit grainy? I'm just gonna keep mixing it a little bit. If it was one of those fancy spatulas that chefs use, it would go a little faster, but no matter, we're doing this the way anyone at home can do this. So, all right, let's see. Starting to get nice and creamy. I just want to get in there and start eating, you know? I don't know. I hope I'm not making you too hungry. All right. Now, we don't want to mix it too much after this. Like it's now nice and ice creamy, right? Now, if you go beyond this, it's going to start melting again. So at this point in time, I'm just going to take a scoop, put it in here. Notice how I just turn my spoon a little bit. Take another scoop, put it across, put it down, turn my spoon a little bit. Don't worry about it not being absolutely perfect. You will see this looks awesome. Now, white and a little bit of red, there needs to be something in there that tells you what it is. Why not we put a little bit of our homegrown strawberries right on there like that, and maybe a little bit of mint. All right. Play with it until you like it. Voila. I don't know about you guys. I'm gonna start eating this ice cream here. It's terrible. Don't try it. It's awful. It's the worst ice cream that anyone's ever had. Tell everybody this is terrible. Anyway, nobody believes me when I say that. As I said, this is not sweet like a normal ice cream because I didn't add that much sugar. If you want to add more sugar, feel free to do that. Don't add syrup at this point in time. It'll not make it quite right when you put it back in the freezer. But for me, this is the perfect sweetness. I can eat maybe about half of that after a meal, and I'll just be satisfied. It'll just be beautiful. Thank you for joining us on Samant's Cuisine today, where we engineer happy diets and flavors that cure. See you next time.